What is apologetics? We define it as the defense of the faith. Say it with me. Apologetics is the defense of the faith. We could say also Christian apologetics is presenting evidence for the validity of Christianity. Okay, so you see the difference between apologetics per se and Christian apologetics. You can be an apologist for about anything. Because essentially apologetics is what? A defense. A defense. An apology is a defense. Remember we made the distinction between the way we use apology as far as asking forgiveness, seeking forgiveness. That used to be the secondary meaning of apology. And now it's probably the way that it's mostly used. But the primary meaning of apology used to be a defense. So you can be a Mormon apologist, a Catholic apologist, or a Christian apologist, and that's what we are in this class. Okay? Again, Christian apologetics is presenting evidence for the validity of Christianity. Now, why should we study apologetics? Well, it helps us in pre-evangelism and in post-evangelism, right? In pre-evangelism, what is pre-evangelism? Okay, so you're removing obstacles. It's what you do with someone before they become a Christian to help them get closer to a decision for Christ. So apologetics can be very useful here. It helps us to share our faith. You know examples of people who were converted after studying apologetics, right? For instance, C.S. Lewis, Lee Strobel, Josh McDowell, some of these guys, they studied the evidence and then were converted once they realized their objections weren't valid. Okay? And God can help us to help others to come to know God, partly through the use of apologetics. Okay? So this diagram represents what?
Objections.
Yeah, these intellectual obstacles, and God helping us, we help to remove some of these obstacles on a person's way to the cross. Okay. It also helps in post-evangelism because apologetics helps us. It strengthens our faith, right? And equips us to help others, so we can help to strengthen other people. I mean, you know how weak some people's faith is. Some people's faith is pretty weak. And we can strengthen them against the assaults of the enemy. Some people, because they don't know why they believe what they believe, are very vulnerable to those who might want to undermine what they believe. So, this will help us. Now, why do I want you to learn apologetics? What's one big reason I want you to learn apologetics? So you can turn around and do what?
Teach others.
Teach others, yeah. I want you to teach this whole class. And strengthen people's faith and go out and share your faith. All right, number 3. Where in Scripture are we commanded to use apologetics? 1 Peter 3:15. Let's sanctify, everyone together. Sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and always be ready to give an answer to everyone who asks you a reason for the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear. Okay? Where is the word from which we get our term apology? It's underlined, yeah. Answer comes from the Greek word apologia, which means defense. So we're to give a defense, an apology, an apologetic. And, by the way, how should we present apologetics?
Gentleness and respect.
With gentleness and meekness and fear, or as other translators have said, with gentleness and respect toward the one that we're sharing this with. Number 4. When should we present apologetics? Before or after the gospel?
Yeah, whenever it's best.
Yes. Answer is yes. Well, yeah. We say that the gospel is primary. That's what's most important, to get the gospel out there. But some people, the gospel makes no sense. It has no credibility because they just don't believe anything. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in the Bible. So then we have to fall back on apologetics. We have to give a defense. Sometimes you can use apologetics to act as a springboard into a conversation, an excuse to talk about these sorts of things. Like on Easter, you might want to talk about the resurrection and evidence for the resurrection, right? So, gospel primary. When necessary, you fall back on apologetics. Who needs apologetics? Everyone. Do Christians need to be equipped to share their faith this way? Yes. What about all those people who are either ignorant, proud, or have a moral problem? Do they need apologetics? Yes. If for no other reason, to eliminate those intellectual excuses, which many times that's all they are, these imaginary obstacles, to help them see the real reason they've rejected Christ. Their own rebellion. And hopefully they see that and are willing to submit to Christ. Okay. That is the 5 W questions. What were those questions? We go, what, why, where, when, who. And we answered all of those questions.